funny.
So you top that?
I mean, we don't really know horror films from Austria, genre films from Austria. Where did you come up with the idea to make this? And this is very different than what we've seen in world cinema from your neck of the woods.
Well, for that, please give a big hand for my author, for my writer, Benjamin Hessler. And in the same way, please give a hand to my DOP, Moritz Schultheiss, and our producer, Constanze Schumann. Well, first of all, since I became a filmmaker, before that, there was always the fascination of creature horror films, creature features, and they're the best actually in all genres. So it was always a dream to do it, and after Rambach we had the chance. Yeah.
And the idea, where did the idea come from? We have a translator here.
The idea came from, it just came, basically. There was this idea that, what wouldn't it be interesting if we just mashed up and mixed up different creatures that already exist? Because we all have this experience in our childhoods and even in our adulthoods that if you look at insects really, really closely, you'll see that they are actually the perfect monsters.
And of course, can we talk about, actually, what was it like working with your son? What was it like working with your son?
Wie war es mit mir arbeiten? Aber hier ist eine Übersetzerin. Du kannst auf Deutsch sprechen und sie übersetzen.
So, sometimes so, sometimes manchmal gut, manchmal schlecht, aber the connection was very good. Let me tell you, my English is so funny, you know. Sometimes it was good, sometimes it was bad, but we have a good connection together.
You know, it was very important to pick her for the role. Actually, we wrote it for her because we had this idea that there is the minister, you know, and the minister, the character of the minister, she's the boss, you know, and my mother is the boss from me. So who else can play the role instead of my mother? Besides that, she's a good actor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Woo!
And Brigitte practically taken me on as a second son, and I know all her stakes, and there are many, and they're spectacular, so it was really fun writing these scenes.
Thank you.
Do we have any questions from the audience here? Yes.
Notice that the creatures, you never completely saw them. And I really like that there was indication, so you saw goo and ooze and fur and glowing eyes and sort of rapid movement, but you never actually, was that deliberate from the get-go, or was that something that was developed in the process?
No, we planned to do an old-fashioned creature feature. We grew up with films like The Thing or Alien, and always when there is too much CGI in the monsters, if I feel too much ones and zeros, I start not fear. I lose the fear, and I think, you know, the imagination of, I want to work with the imagination of the cinema goer, of the spectators. I want to work with that, and I hope we achieved our goal.
And who else we have?
Yes.
How many monsters did you use?
How many monsters did you use?
Good question. We had the fox beetle. We had the bird beetle. The bird. We had the baby. The mosquito, 4, 5, 6, 7.
An antelope.
I'm away from this. Yes.
I thought it was really funny in some parts. Was that intentional or did that develop as you guys were working?
Of course. Of course, that's our goal. At the same time, we want to entertain, we want to have funny moments, and we want to have scary moments. I think, you know, genre films are like a roller coaster of emotions, and you have to, you know, you have the possibility to make this and make this and make this. You're free, and that's the fun about it.
Were you surprised by any of the audience's reaction to it?
I loved it so much. I love you guys so much. we filmed on a real location on 3,000 meters. And it was, for the crew and for the cast, it was really difficult to anticipate this elevation. Some of them get sick. And we also had...
and I always forgot my dialogue because the air is so thin and I always thought, what?
Yeah, but it was in South Tyrol, which used to be a part of Austria, and now is a part of Italy, and they have a beautiful landscape, as you can see. And the strange thing is that the glacier you saw, this glacier was in the beginning of the century. It went down to the valley, and now it how do you say shrunk? It shrunk. You know, it shrunk like 5 kilometers back, and this is really like a bad sign. So this was an inspiration for us, a sad inspiration.
Anyone else? Don't be shy. That one can't see, so yell it out if you got it. Yes, yell it out.
About me?
Yes.
I was wondering if the line, stop eating that banana while you're crying. It sounds kind of absurd in English, but like, does it, like, I don't want to ask, does it make more sense? Like, is it
I think that should ask my mother why you come up with.
Because when I went to school, my school neighbor always, when she got the bad note, mark, she cried. And during she cried, she ate a banana. I hated that.
When she was telling me that, that was perfect for the scene. Benjamin was there.
This is a line that really follows me in my dreams. I think it's just the perfect reaction to almost everything. I'd gladly put that in when you mentioned that.
And actually, what does the translation of the title mean in English? Because it doesn't mean the station.
As you translated, it means blood glacier. So guys, who is for the station and who is for blood glacier?
Blood Glacier!
So World Agency, so production company, what do we do right now? Yeah, I guess so.
Do we have anyone else there?
I have a question. I don't know if you can see me here though.
Well, we can hear you.
Okay, so here it is. The movie kind of bounces back and forth between like atmospheric and funny, but the ending, right? You kind of just made it be really, you went absurd as opposed to kind of scary or freaky. Was that like deliberate? Were you torn between doing something that was kind of...
Did it touch you? I guess so.
One of the things that I like about the film is the attention to the characters and the pacing. It's like they're adult characters. Can you talk about the decision to craft these characters? What did you want to bring to them?